my dear students. This is a lecture series of ICSE 10th Chemistry. Chapter name is mole concept. This is a 6th video of mole concept where we are going to continue with the sums based on empirical formula and molecular formula. In the previous video we started with this topic. We did 5 questions. Today we are going to do some more questions. My name is 𝑦𝑪𝑺𝑬 Banerjee and you are watching 𝑦𝑪𝑺𝑬 classes. Let's get started. Question number 6 is, an organic compound on analysis gave hydrogen 6.48% and oxygen 51.42%. Determine its empirical formula if the compound contains 12 atoms of carbon. So now here the percentage of hydrogen is given 6.48% and percentage of oxygen is given 51.42%. Since it is an organic compound, it contains some amount of carbon and the percentage of carbon would be 100 minus 51.42 plus 6.48. And if you calculate this, it will come 42.10%. So now let us complete the table. Element hydrogen, oxygen and carbon. Hydrogen is 6.48%, oxygen is 51.42% and carbon has come 42.10%. Atomic weights of hydrogen is 1, oxygen is 16 and carbon is 12. So relative number of atoms, it will be 6.48 upon 1, that is 6.48. Here it is 51.42 upon 16. It will come around 3 point something. Let me check the calculation. It is coming 3.21. So 3.21 and here it is 42.10 upon 12. This is also 3 point something should come, 3.51. So 3.51. So the lowest number among this is 3.21. So we'll divide everything by 3.21. 6.48 upon 3.21. It will almost come 2. It is coming 2. Then 3.21 upon 3.21. This is also 2. This is 1, sorry. This is coming 1. And 3.51 upon 3.21. And this will be 1.1, which will be taken as 1 only. Okay, so we got the simple ratio. Therefore, the empirical formula of the compound will be H2O1 and carbon is also 1. So the ratio of carbon is to oxygen is to hydrogen is 1:1:2. Now it is said that it contains 12 atoms of carbon. Therefore, this one will correspond to 12. Oxygen also will be 12 and hydrogen will be 24. If carbon is 12, oxygen has to be 12 because the ratio is 1:1:2 and the hydrogen has to be 24. Therefore, the empirical formula will be C12O12H24. Let us proceed towards the next sum. Question number 7 is, a hydrated salt contains copper, which is 25.50%, sulfur, which is 12.90%, oxygen 25.60%, and the remaining percentage is water of crystallization. Calculate the EF of the salt. So let us complete the table. Here we are going to write element, percentage, atomic weight, relative number of atoms, and finally the last column is simple ratio. So the elements are copper, sulfur, oxygen, and remaining percentage they are saying water of crystallization. So we'll take like this. Now let us write down the percentages. Copper is 25.50, sulfur is 12.90, oxygen is 25.60, and the remaining percentage. So we need to find out how much percentage is for water of crystallization. So 100 minus 25.50, 12.90 and 25.60. So if you add up all this, 25.50 plus 12.90 plus 25.60. If you add up all these and find out, it will come 36%. Okay, so we will write it here. You can do this calculation, I have just done it before. 36%. So now atomic weight for carbon is, copper is 63.5, we'll take it as 64, sulfur is 32, oxygen is 16, and water we will take the molecular weight, that is 18. Now this will be 25.50 upon 64, and this calculation comes up to 0.4. This is 12.90 upon 32, and this is also coming 0.4. This is 25.60 upon 16. This will come 1.6. And the last one is 36 upon 18, which will come 2. So now the lowest value is 0.4. So we'll divide everything by 0.4. So it is 0.4 upon 0.4, that's 1. 0.4 upon 0.4, that's 1. 1.6 upon 0.4, that is 4. And 2 upon 0.4, that is, this will be 25. So 1, 1, 4 and 5. Therefore, the empirical formula will be Cu1S1O4, and the water crystallization is 5H2O. So once we can put it as silent, so CuSO4 dot 5H2O. This is the empirical formula for this particular compound. So far so good. So let us proceed towards the next question. Question number 8. A gaseous hydrocarbon weighs 0.70 gram and contains 0.60 gram of carbon. So it is a hydrocarbon, means it is made up of carbon and hydrogen. Hydrogen is, it contains 0.60 gram of carbon, so it is 0.60 gram of carbon. And the gaseous hydrocarbon, the total weight of the hydrocarbon is 0.70, so hydrogen will be 0.70 minus 0.60, that is 0.10 gram of hydrogen. Atomic weight of carbon is 12 and hydrogen is 1. So here it will be 0.60 upon 12, and here it will be 0.10 upon 1. This will be 0.10 only, and 0.60 upon 12 is 0.005. 0.05. It is 0.05. So the least value is 0.05. We'll divide everything by 0.05. 0.05, that's 1. 0.10 upon 0.05, that's 2. So we got the ratio of the atoms, and therefore the empirical formula is C1H2. Now they are saying find out the molecular formula, and its molecular weight is given 70. So for the molecular formula we'll find out N, whereas N is equal to molecular weight upon empirical formula weight. So molecular weight is given 70, and empirical formula weight, from here it is weight of carbon plus weight of 2 hydrogen. So that's 70 upon 12 plus 2 into 1, that is 70 upon 12 plus 2, that's 14. So it is 5. So N, the value of N is 5. Therefore molecular formula is equal to N into empirical formula. N is 5 and empirical formula is CH2. So we'll get C5H10. So this is the molecular formula of this compound. We have reached to question number 9, and question number 9 says a salt has the following composition: aluminium is 10.50, potassium is 15.1, sulfur is 24.8%, and the remaining is oxygen. Calculate the empirical formula of the salt. So there are 3 elements given, that is aluminium, potassium, sulfur, and they are saying the remaining is oxygen. So we'll find out how much is the percentage for oxygen. The percentage of aluminium is 10.50, potassium is 15.1, sulfur is 24.8. So percentage of oxygen will be 100 minus 10.50 plus 15.10 plus 24.80. So if you calculate this, this value will be coming 49.6%. 49.6%. You can do this. I have done this calculation before only, so that our time is not wasted. So aluminium, the atomic weight of aluminium is 27, potassium is 39. This will be mostly given to you. I remember, so I am writing it. Sulfur is 32 and oxygen is 16. So here it will be the relative number of atoms. So we'll divide the percentage by the atomic weight. 10.50 by 27. Here it is 15.1 by 39. Here it is 24.8 upon 32. And here it is 49.6 upon 16. So let us see what are the values. The first one is 0.39. This is 0.39. Even this is 0.39. This is 0.78. And the final answer is 3.09. This is 3.09. So the lowest value is 0.39. We'll divide everything by 0.39. So 0.39 upon 0.39. Here it is coming 1. 0.39 upon 0.39. This is coming 1. 0.78 upon 0.39. This will come 2, I guess. Yes, this is coming 2. And 3.09 upon 0.39. This value will come 8. So this will come 8. Therefore, the empirical formula of the salt will be aluminium 1, K is 1, sulfur is 2, and oxygen is 8. So it is AlKS2O8. This is the empirical formula for this sum. Just let me check once. AlKS2O8. So you can write down this way, or you can also write down this way. AlKSO4 whole twice. You can write this way also, because it is H2O8. So we can take it as SO4 whole 2. So we have reached to the last sum of today's topic. Question number 10 says, a compound has a following percentage composition. These are the percentage composition given. The RMM, that is relative molecular mass of the compound, is 288. That's given to us. Calculate its molecular formula, assuming all the hydrogen in the compound is present in combination with oxygen as water of crystallization. Whatever number of hydrogen is there, it is present as water of crystallization. So let us first find out the empirical formula of this compound. What all elements are present over here? First one is your zinc. Zinc is 22.65%. Then sulfur, which is 11.15%. Then oxygen, which is 61.32%. And hydrogen is 4.88%. Let us write down the atomic weights. Zinc is 63.5. Sulfur is 32. Oxygen is 16. Hydrogen is 1. Now the relative number of atoms, so we will divide the atomic weight by the percentage. So it is 22.65 upon 63.5, and this value comes 0.35. Sorry, zinc is 65, not 63.5. It is after copper it comes. So it is 65, and it comes 22.65 upon 65 is 0.35. So this is 0.35. Here it is 11.15 upon 32. 11.15 upon 32 is again 0.35. Okay, this is 61.32 upon 16, which comes 3.83, and this is 4.88 upon 1, which comes 4.88. So the lowest value is 0.33. We will divide everything by 0.33. 0.35, sorry, 0.35 upon 0.35 is 1. Here also 0.35 upon 0.35, that's 1. 3.83 upon 0.35, and this value comes 11. This is coming 11, and 4.88 upon 0.35. This is coming 14. So here we can see the ratio between zinc is to sulfur is to oxygen is to hydrogen is 1 is to 1 is to 11 is to 14. Now they are saying that all the hydrogen is present as water of crystallization. So in water of crystallization, what should be the ratio between hydrogen and oxygen? It should be 2 is to 1. Now if hydrogen, the number of hydrogen is 14 over here. If hydrogen is 14 over here, the oxygen has to be 7. That means rest of the oxygen, total number of oxygen is 11 here. 11 minus 7, 4 oxygen is present in the salt. Therefore, we will write 11 minus 7, that is 4 oxygen is present in the salt. Right? Therefore, the empirical formula will be, are you able to see this? Achana, this is not seen. Okay. So, let me just write it here. Yeah, so you understood this is 2:1. So, therefore, it will be 14:7. So, 7 oxygen is utilized for water crystallization. So, the remaining 11 minus 7, 4 oxygen will be utilized for the salt. Therefore, the empirical formula of the salt will be Zn1S1O4 dot 7H2O. 1 can be silent, so it will be ZnSO4 dot 7H2O. This is the molecular formula of the salt. So here we have completed today with the topic empirical formula and molecular formula. This topic is very simple. Just a little bit calculations are involved in this. So you have to do the calculations properly, and it's all about this table, and that's all. There is nothing much to think on these sums. So in the next video we are going to start with the chemical reactions, the sums based on chemical reactions, and that would be the last topic of mole concept. Thank you so much and stay tuned.